welcome to Talking Famesville. I'm the host of Talking Famesville, Zachary. I host Eric. We have Johnny. Is that Johnny, right?
Yeah, Johnny.
Johnny, and then we have a famous person, Michael, and we have a famous person, Tiffany. All right. Um, so some backstory. A while back, some videos back, Johnny, the ESFJ, had some relationship troubles, and so apparently, give us a summary. Give us a small backstory here, Johnny. What went down?
So what happened? We broke up 2 months ago, and it was like the no contact ghost method
Right.
of breakup. I was bothered by it. At first, I thought it was my ego, and then I guess after 2 months, I felt I couldn't get over this girl. I couldn't get over her. And then 2 months later, she comes back and she was in the same place. So we basically got back together.
How's that going for you at the moment?
Well, it's only been a week. We'll see. Only time's going to tell with that now.
Well, this is one thing I will say in favor of this relationship. Johnny has no problem, with options, right? He's got plenty of chick options in the world. And
I'm not a ladies' man, but...
and he's not a ladies' man. And he's been quite fixated about this one individual for quite some time now. So it seems to me that, it's not like it's for want of anything else,
Right. Because it was like, we split up and I was dating and I was seeing other women, but I couldn't get this one out of my head.
I see.
Do you know what personality type she is?
Ooh, no.
Damn.
Can't say. Not in your guys' terms. So that's the summary.
So we going?
Go ahead, Zach. You want me to go?
Yeah, you go.
All right. So Johnny, what we're about to do is do a personality typing on Michael.
Okay.
And if you're looking for an ashtray,
Yeah.
Let's get to it. This is disgusting.
Well, let's do Michael.
All right, let's do Michael then. Okay, we're gonna type in, and I want you, if you think of any questions you think would be useful, because remember, any information he gives can be used in typing in, basically. Ask a question. If you think of any questions, toss them in too. Okay, Johnny. First question, Michael. If you were to pick a size of a group of people to hang out with, would you prefer it to be one other person, just you and one other person, you and two other people, or you and more than two other people?
Me and one other person.
Okay. If you saw that there was a conflict within a group, and you knew nothing else about it except that you saw that about half the people were upset, but half the people looked like they were happy or going to be happy, you're not sure, based on your just first gut response, what happened in this group? With no information at all. You had to take a guess.
You said there were some that was mad. You said there was some laughing. You said.
Some were mad, some were happy.
I have no idea. I usually, whenever I see things like that, I just kind of tend to mind my own business because usually when I get into those things, it just involves me and there's drama. So I try to.
Well, now you're on a game show. It's called Guess the Situation. And if you guess right, you get $1 million. What in the world could be going on here? You have 10 seconds to answer. The studio audience is gasping in suspense.
They're disagreeing on the UFC fight video. I don't know.
Okay, that's a good answer. That's a good answer. Would you rather have a conversation about how automobiles work or how the legal system works?
How automobiles work.
Zach, any questions?
Do you think truth is discovered or created? Do you think truth is discovered or created?
discovered truth is truth. If I'm standing in a highway and I say I don't believe in coal trucks, and there's a coal truck coming at me, is it going to hit me? Of course. Just because I don't believe in it doesn't mean anything. Truth is truth. You can't change it.
Okay. Do you feel as though you're more likely to manage another person's emotions in order to make sure your relationship is good, or to search your own feelings for how you feel about that person in order to determine whether a relationship is good?
I think search my own feelings.
What would you do if you feel like the relationship is bad, or what feelings would indicate to you that a relationship is not working well?
That's not working well. I have no idea. No, I wouldn't say disagreements because I believe that you need disagreements to grow. So I wouldn't know how to answer that question.
I see.
Do you generally do well with the opposite sex?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you generally, how do you go about engaging them? Do you read their responses to you? Do you listen to what they're saying and determine what the meaning of the words are? Do you watch their body language? What?
Body language, personality, and just what they're about.
Johnny, you have anything to chime in there on that?
No.
No? Okay. Zachary, you have anything to chime in on that? You do pretty well with, well, you've got your a lady here, I believe, who you're familiar with.
Yes. You can hop in, Faith, if you want. But, let's see. When you're thinking about the context of other people, are you more focused on how the relationship's currently going or what it could possibly turn into?
What it could possibly turn into.
I see.
That was a good question.
That was a good question. You got a question?
I'm still trying to think of a good one. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Johnny, you got any questions?
I'm trying to think of a good one.
All right. How do you feel about if you go to a new job? There's a trash can blowing over, you stupid dogs. God, evolve already. Okay. You go to a new job and there's a lot of specific rules about stuff that require you to fill out paperwork this way exactly or that way exactly, and your break should be from exactly this time to that time. Are you happy to have a very clear set of instructions to follow, or are you annoyed by the level of specificity that they're demanding in terms of compliance?
I think both. I think that I both like it and dislike it at the same time.
Why?
Which do you feel? Which feeling do you think persists longer over the course of working there for a period of 3 months?
Having a set of rules to follow to make sure I do what I'm supposed to do.
So once you get into a routine, you figure out exactly how to do it the way they want, and they're happy because you're following the protocols exactly. You're stoked because you got that shit down, and you're just going to roll with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you prefer?
What are you thinking type-wise? Anybody? Oh, Tip?
I was gonna say, would you prefer to be a leader or a follower? And I don't necessarily mean like a follower in a negative connotation. Just, would you rather be working underneath someone, or would you rather be the boss leading a bunch of people?
I'd rather be a leader for sure.
Let's see. I'm thinking ESTJ. What do you think about that, Eric?
Can you say it again?
Or it's just it's a personality type, ESTJ. It's like a so like we're trying to identify your cognitive functions. So in there's a
I think it might be I, though.
ISG. Oh no, he wouldn't be an ISTJ. Yeah, I think you might be. Would you say you're more introverted or extroverted, Michael? Does being around people drain you?
No.
Does it energize you?
I love being around people.
Does it energize
I
you?
guess you're right. I mean, I'd say F is high. Well, I don't know. Could be ESTP.
Possibly.
Would you say you're very concrete in general? Like, if I want to talk to you a lot about, well, I don't know, you seemed pretty interested in the conversation we were having about a lot of abstract stuff. How much do you enjoy conversations about things like philosophy and or, like technicalities? Like, the technicalities bug you? Like, oh, well, the reason that guy got off was because the law was interpreted with this tiny little distinction here, and because that guy was wearing a hat, the law didn't apply in those circumstances, and so he gets off scot-free. How much does that annoy you?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it really bothers me. There's not a lot of things that really bother me. It's kind of hard to make me mad or to mess with my emotions. I've learned to conquer them, that's for sure. I used to get aggravated at little things, but now I've learned to take some deep breaths and look at it from a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So is it pretty easy for you to go with the flow? Pretty much.
Yeah.
What sort of things used to irritate you? You said you used to be irritated by little things. What sort of things were they?
The way people talk, the way people do things. If you didn't do it the way I thought you should do it, maybe the music you listen to, maybe it was the way you even, just anything, like the smallest little thing could bother me.
And why is that? Why has that changed now?
Because I've learned to, I was looking at people as how they, you should be like this, you should be like that, as in how I am, but I've learned that, everyone's different. Everyone's going to express yourself differently, so just let them do them, let me do me.
So you accept the way people are as to before, where you were kind of like, they should be like this.
Absolutely.
Would the way I talk used to have annoyed you?
Does it annoy me? No.
Would it have
Not
used
now,
to?
Before.
Would that
No.
would this kind of talking annoy you? No.
No.
What were you gonna ask, Tiffany?
You said you like to go with the flow, correct?
Yes.
I find it interesting that you chose being a leader over a follower, but you like to go with the flow.
It depends on the circumstance. As in, like, I think we meant by go with the flow, as in I'm an easy person to go along with. I'm an easy person to get along with.
But you don't mind leading people if you have to.
In there?
Yeah, there's these
Do
things.
you have glass? Do you have water? I mean, do you have glass? Or just
There's ice. There should be a clean glass or two up in the shelf.
There's 2 liters in there?
There's 2 liters, and I think there are these as well.
You know what's up?
Yeah, help yourself. I might be out of these. There's definitely 2 liters though.
What'd you say, Tiff?
So,
Yeah.
take this scenario. You're the supervisor at some company. You supervise over a group of let's say 5 to 10 people. Now, when you're fulfilling that leadership role, are you going to be tending to go towards you're going to just take the protocols you're given and make sure your team's following them and keep everyone on track and just kind of do it that way? Or are you the kind of person that would be more kind of like looking outside the box for different ways to manage your team to make them more effective?
I'd say both. I mean, I'd make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do, but I'll also look for better ways of doing it.
I think a better way to ask that same question might be to say, which risk would you prefer to take? Breaking the rule and pissing off your boss, or but having no chance of being highly successful at some new idea, or trying a new idea, and like phrasing it that way. Which do you prefer? Would you rather take the risk and maybe piss off your boss and incur harms, or would you rather not take the risk, know you're safe, but not have the possibility of having this new idea work out?
If I believe there's something that's going to be better, I'm going to try it out.
Okay.
I
What do
honestly
you guys
believe.
think? What does everybody think
I
as far as type goes?
I think he's a thinker type. I don't like. I think he's extroverted thinking. That's why I thought he was an ESTJ.
What goes SEFITENI?
SEFI. We're talking about the cognitive functions right now.
We're trying to figure out which type has this stack. SEFITENI.
So that would be like
SEFI.
extroverted sensing. So that would be an ESP of some sort. So it'd be ESFP or it'd be ESTP.
ESFP or ESTP. I would say, probably it goes SE. I would say SE first, in which case you're looking at ESFP, right? Because otherwise you're going to have TI.
That's true. How do you feel like if you get in a new relationship with someone, Michael, how often, or do you feel like you get bored easily with them?
No, absolutely not.
I see.
Can you read the ESFP personality type and see if it sounds like it's you?
Let me link it to you.
Yes, put a link in here.
All right. You want to stop this video, Zach, and then have a follow-up video after he looks at those things?
Yeah, we'll have a follow-up video.